Welcome to Reflect with Ed Fassio. Get ready to experience one of the world's first 100% digitally generated podcasts, where we take a step back, dive deep, and strive to learn new things. Join us as we unpack thought-provoking ideas, personal reflections, and inspiring stories to help you stay in the know. Reflect is brought to you by the minds at ByteBrain and powered by emerging technologies from Google, HeyGen, OpenAI, and 11 Labs. Thanks for tuning in. Now, relax and prepare to reflect.
Welcome to Reflect, one of the world's first 100% AI-generated podcasts. Buckle up, folks, because today we're diving deep into the world of AI. And trust me, things are getting seriously wild.
Wild is an understatement, I think.
Okay, so let's cut to the chase. We've got some fascinating research on DeepSeek, this Chinese AI company that's basically come out of nowhere and is already making waves globally.
Yeah, they've only been around for like 2 years.
2 years, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And in that time, they've managed to develop some mind-blowing AI models that are rivaling even the big tech giants.
It's incredible. Like, they're rewriting the rules of the game.
And that's what we're here to explore today. So if you're ready to understand where AI is headed and fast, this is the deep dive for you. We're going to unpack DeepSeek's crazy innovative tech, their unique open source approach, and all the ethical questions that come with it.
And the geopolitical implications too, right? This isn't just about tech, it's about global power dynamics.
I got it. So let's start with the basics. Who is DeepSeek? What makes them so special?
Well, DeepSeek was founded in 2023 by this guy, Liang Wenfeng. And right from the start, they had this ambitious vision to not just create powerful AI, but to make it accessible to everyone.
So they're like the Robin Hood of AI, taking from the tech giants and giving to the people.
Haha, kind of. But seriously, their open source approach is a game changer. And it's one of the reasons they've been able to achieve so much in such a short time.
Okay, so open source, explain that to me like I'm 5.
Basically, it means they're making their AI models and code publicly available, so anyone can use them, study them, modify them, build upon them.
Wow, that's pretty radical. Most tech companies guard their AI secrets like they're the recipe for Coca-Cola.
Right. It's usually all very hush-hush. But DeepSeek is flipping the script. They're saying, hey, let's collaborate, let's accelerate innovation together.
So it's like a giant AI brainstorming session with the whole world invited.
Exactly. And that's what's got the AI community so excited. This kind of open collaboration could lead to some truly groundbreaking advancements.
Okay, I'm starting to get why they're making such big waves. But let's talk specifics. What are some of the AI models they've developed?
So one of their most impressive models is called DeepSeek-R1.
R1 catchy.
It's a massive model with something like 671 billion parameters.
Okay, slow down there. Parameters. What are we even talking about?
Think of parameters like the brain cells of an AI model.
Uh-huh.
The more parameters, the more complex the model, the more it can learn.
So 671 billion. That's like a mega brain.
It is, and what's really cool is that DeepSeek-R1 is incredibly efficient despite its size. They've used this clever mixture of experts approach where only a small subset of the parameters are active at any given time.
So it's like a brain that can focus all its energy on the task at hand.
Exactly, which makes it much less computationally demanding than other models of its size.
Clever. But wait, they have another model,
Well,
right? DeepSeek-R1 Zero, something like that?
You got it. And this one is even more groundbreaking. It was trained entirely through reinforcement learning.
Reinforcement learning. Okay,
Yeah.
You're losing me again.
So imagine you're teaching a dog a new trick. You reward it when it does something right and correct it when it gets it wrong. That's reinforcement learning in a nutshell.
And they use that to train an AI model. That's wild.
It is. And it's a potential game changer because it means you don't need massive amounts of labeled data to train these models. You can just let them learn through trial and error.
So it's like teaching the AI to think for itself.
In a way, yeah. It's a completely different approach to AI development, and it's one that DeepSeek is pioneering.
Okay, my mind is officially blown. But they have one more model up their sleeve, right? This DeepSeek-V3.
Ah, yes, DeepSeek-V3. This one's a speed demon developed in just 55 days.
55 days, seriously.
For a fraction of the cost of other top models. And here's the kicker. It performs just as well as some of the best Western models out there, like GPT-4o and Claude 3.5 Sonnet.
So they're like the scrappy underdog coming in and blowing everyone away.
It's an impressive feat.
Wow.
And it shows just how quickly DeepSeek is innovating.
Okay, I'm starting to see why DeepSeek is such a big deal. They've got the tech, the talent, and this radical open source philosophy. But let's be real, not everything is sunshine and rainbows, right?
You're right. There are some serious questions about the ethical implications of DeepSeek's rise. and about AI development in general.
Okay, hit me with it. What are the concerns?
Well, for one thing, there are reports that DeepSeek censors politically sensitive topics in its official API.
Censorship, really?
Yeah, it seems that certain questions about, X-sensitive issues in China are met with either silence or deflection.
So much for open and accessible AI.
It's a complex issue, and it raises some big questions about how much control government should have over AI development and whether truly open source AI can exist in a world where censorship is a reality.
That's a tough one.
Yeah.
It's not just a problem with DeepSeek, right? Other AI companies are grappling with these same ethical dilemmas.
Absolutely. We're in uncharted territory here, and we need to figure out how to navigate these ethical challenges responsibly.
It's like we're giving incredibly powerful tools to people, and we're not sure if they'll use them for good or for evil.
That's a good analogy.
Yeah.
And it's why we need to have these conversations now before it's too late.
So what can we do? How do we ensure that AI is used ethically and responsibly?
Well, for starters, we need more transparency. We need to know how these AI models are being trained, what data they're being fed, and what biases might be baked in.
Because we need to shine a light on the black box of AI development.
Exactly. And we need to have clear ethical guidelines and regulations in place to ensure that AI is used for the benefit of humanity, not to harm it.
So it's not just about the tech itself. It's about the humans behind it and the choices we make.
Absolutely. We need to be thoughtful and deliberate about how we develop and deploy AI. We can't just let it run wild.
Well said.
Yeah.
This is clearly a conversation that's just getting started, and it's one that we all need to be a part of.
Absolutely. The future of AI is being shaped right now, and we all have a role to play in making sure it's a future we want to live in. So we were talking about DeepSeek's open source approach, right? And how it's kind of shaking things up.
Yeah, it's like they're throwing open the doors to the AI world and saying, come on in, everyone. Let's build the future together.
It's pretty radical when you think about it. Most tech companies are so secretive about their AI developments. It's like they're afraid someone's going to steal their secret sauce.
But DeepSeek is like, yeah, let's share the recipe. Let's see what amazing dishes everyone can cook up.
Exactly. And that's what's so exciting about it. This kind of open collaboration has the potential to accelerate innovation in ways we've never seen before.
It's like, imagine if all the world's greatest chefs got together and shared all their culinary secrets. That's basically what DeepSeek is doing with AI.
I love that analogy. And, it's not just about the tech itself. It's about democratizing access to AI, making these powerful tools available to researchers, developers, entrepreneurs all over the world.
So it's leveling the playing field, giving everyone a chance to contribute to the AI revolution.
Right. And who knows what incredible breakthroughs might come from that. Maybe someone in a small village in India will come up with the next big AI innovation.
That's the beauty of open source. It's like planting a seed and watching it grow in unexpected ways.
Exactly. But of course, there are also risks involved with this approach, right? We were talking about censorship earlier, and that's a big concern when you're dealing with open source AI.
Yeah, because if anyone can access and modify these models, how do you prevent them from being used for malicious purposes?
That's the million-dollar question. And it's one that the AI community is grappling with right now. There are no easy answers.
It's like giving everyone a set of power tools. You hope they'll use them to build amazing things. But there's always the risk that someone will use them to, cause harm.
Exactly. It's a double-edged sword. And it highlights the importance of ethical considerations in AI development.
So it's not just about the code. It's about the values that are embedded in that code.
Absolutely. We need to be thinking about the societal impact of AI from the very beginning, not just the technological advancements.
So it's like building a house.
Yeah.
You need a strong foundation of ethical principles to make sure it doesn't collapse.
Right. And that foundation needs to be built collaboratively. We need to have open and honest conversations about the potential risks and benefits of AI and involve diverse voices in the decision-making process.
So it's not just up to the tech companies to figure this out. It's a responsibility we all share.
Exactly. And that's why it's so important for everyone to be informed about AI, to understand how it works and the potential impact it could have on our lives.
So this isn't just some abstract techie stuff. It's something that affects all of us.
Right. It's about the future of humanity, and we all have a stake in that.
Well said. So how do we make sure that AI is a force for good, that it benefits everyone and not just a select few?
That's the big challenge, isn't it? And there are a lot of different approaches being explored. Some people believe that we need strict regulations and oversight to prevent AI from being misused.
Like putting guardrails on the AI highway.
Exactly. Others argue that the best way to ensure ethical AI is to promote transparency and collaboration, to make sure that everyone has a seat at the table.
So it's about finding the right balance between control and freedom.
Right. It's a complex issue, and there's no one-size-fits-all solution. But I think the key is to keep the conversation going, to keep asking those tough questions, and to keep pushing for ethical and responsible AI development.
So it's about being proactive, not reactive.
Exactly. We need to be shaping the future of AI, not just letting it happen to us.
Well said. And that brings us to another important point, the rise of DeepSeek and China's growing dominance in the AI landscape.
Right. This is a big deal. It's shifting the global balance of power in a way that we haven't seen before.
So it's not just about the tech itself, it's about the geopolitical implications.
Exactly. AI is becoming a key arena for global competition, and China is playing to win.
So how does this change the game? What does it mean for the US and other Western countries?
Well, for one thing, it means that we can no longer afford to be complacent. We need to step up our game in terms of AI research and development.
So it's a wake-up call?
It is. And it's also an opportunity to rethink our approach to AI. Maybe we can learn something from DeepSeek's open source model.
So it's about finding ways to collaborate and compete at the same time.
Exactly. It's a delicate balance, but one that we need to strike if we want to stay ahead of the curve.
So it's a new era of AI diplomacy.
You could say that. And it's one that's going to require a lot of careful navigation.
Well, this has been incredibly insightful. I'm starting to see the bigger picture here. DeepSeek is just the tip of the iceberg. We're witnessing a fundamental shift in the global AI landscape, and it's going to have profound implications for all of us.
Absolutely. And it's just the beginning. The next few years are going to be crucial in determining how this all plays out.
So buckle up, folks. It's going to be a wild ride.
Hold on tight. The AI revolution is just getting started.
So we've been talking a lot about DeepSeek and the AI landscape, but let's bring it back down to earth for a minute. How is all of this going to affect people's everyday lives?
You know, that's the question, isn't it? It's easy to get lost in the big picture stuff, the tech, the geopolitics, but at the end of the day, AI is going to impact us all on a very personal level.
So what are some concrete examples of how this might play out?
Well, think about healthcare for a second. AI has the potential to revolutionize the way we diagnose and treat diseases. Imagine AI-powered tools that can detect cancer earlier or personalize treatments based on your individual genetic makeup.
That sounds pretty incredible. But what about the potential downsides?
Of course, there are always risks to consider. One concern is that AI could exacerbate existing inequalities in healthcare access. Imagine a scenario where the best AI-powered treatments are only available to the wealthy.
That would be a nightmare. We need to make sure that AI benefits everyone, not just a select few.
Exactly. And that's where ethical considerations come in. We need to be thinking about these issues now before AI becomes so deeply embedded in our healthcare system that it's too late to course correct.
So it's not just about developing cool tech. It's about using that tech responsibly and equitably.
Absolutely. And that goes for all areas of life, not just healthcare. Think about education, for example. AI could personalize learning experiences, tailor instruction to individual needs, and help students reach their full potential.
But again, there's the potential for AI to widen the gap between the haves and the have-nots.
Right. Imagine a world where wealthy students have access to the best AI tutors, while underprivileged students are left behind.
That's a scary thought. We need to make sure that AI in education serves to level the playing field, not tilt it even further.
Exactly. It all comes back to those ethical principles we were talking about earlier. We need to be intentional about how we design and deploy AI systems to ensure that they promote fairness and opportunity for all.
It sounds like a tall order, but I have to believe it's possible.
I agree. It's going to require a lot of hard work and collaboration, but I think we can create a future where AI is a force for good.
So what can we do as individuals to help shape that future?
Well, for one thing, stay informed. Learn about AI, how it works, and the potential impact it could have on your life. The more you understand about AI, the better equipped you'll be to advocate for its responsible use.
So knowledge is power.
Exactly. And don't be afraid to speak up. Share your concerns with your elected officials, support organizations that are working to promote ethical AI development, and engage in conversations about these issues with your friends and family.
It sounds like we all need to become AI citizens in a way.
I love that term, AI citizens. We need to be active and engaged participants in shaping the AI-powered future we want to see.
Well said. So as we wrap up this deep dive, I'm left with a mix of excitement and trepidation. AI has the potential to do amazing things, but it also comes with significant risks.
I agree. It's a powerful tool, and like any tool, it can be used for good or for evil.
But ultimately, I'm optimistic. I believe that if we work together, we can harness the power of AI to create a better world for everyone.
I share your optimism. The future is not predetermined, We have the power to shape it, and I'm excited to see what we can accomplish.
So let's get to work, folks. The AI revolution is just getting started, and it's up to all of us to make sure it's a revolution worth having. Thanks for listening to the Reflect Podcast, where we're telling the future. Are you in it? Visit reflectpodcast.com and share your story.
In the cyber ocean of online voices and recycled content, something different has arrived. Reflect isn't just another podcast, it's the future of storytelling, powered entirely by AI. From curating data to assembling thought-provoking ideas, we've redefined how journeys are told. Reflect is a podcast that thinks, learns, and evolves with each episode. Every tale, every insight, crafted by the most advanced AI technologies. A podcast that disrupts the industry, breaking free from traditional formats, taking you on an entirely new experience. So tune in now and reflect. We're telling the future.